It's something which is really strange, because love sees no boundaries. Love is something that a person has when they have their love for someone. Their senses don't work. You know the senses? The senses don't work. So when a person is in love with someone, for example, let's just say, if a person had love for their mother and father, and someone was to say something bad to their mother and father, the senses sometimes don't work. I know in an ideal situation, someone says something wrong to your mother and father, you're supposed to deal with it in a reasonable way. But people, before they even reply with their tongue, they're going to reply with their hand. When something like that happens, like, you said that to my mom, you said that to my mom. And situations occur, sometimes even when a brother, you have a love for a brother, your own blood brother, or your sister, sometimes don't work. You see them in trouble, you will go there and you will do whatever, it doesn't matter what it takes to get them out of trouble. And that's love. A mother will jump in a house of fire if a child's inside, she won't care, because that's love. It goes beyond logic. The reasoning and logic don't have no space when love becomes intense. And that is one of the reasons why when we say we have Iman, where is our Iman? Show me, where is your Iman, brothers? Where's your Iman? Show it to me, go on. Show it to me. Where's your Iman? You don't know. Do this. There's a reason why I'm making you do this. Do this. It's here. Iman is not in here. Iman is not in here. You use reason and logic to try and understand Iman. That's why Allah said in the Holy Quran, فَعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. That ilm or knowledge of Iman is something that is necessary. So knowing who Allah is before you believe who Allah is necessary. You can't just believe in Allah without knowing Allah, meaning that you can't, if you don't know who Allah is, what Allah is, if you don't know nothing, you just say, I just believe in Allah, it's not going to count. You need to know what you're believing in. If you just say, okay, I believe in someone called Muhammad, you've got no knowledge about his sunnah, what he is, or nothing about even a prophet. You don't even know he's a prophet or not, and you just say you believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's not going to count. So knowledge precedes Iman. But once that knowledge is there, a person stores the Iman inside here. The heart, with the heart we believe. So we say, iqrar bil lisan, a person will have to testify with the tongue, that's fine. That's to show everybody that, I'm a believer. But then it says, tasdiqun bil qalb. Then it says, tasdiqun bil qalb, which means that the heart has to attest to what the tongue has said. The heart has to affirm what the tongue has just said. So that's where Iman is stored, inside the heart. But once the Iman is stored inside the heart, what you find after that is, it will slowly, if you allow Iman to grow, it will slowly show itself transparent in your body, in your limbs. And that's something I'll come to later on. But first thing I want to say to you is that love is something which is in the heart, and Iman is something which is in the heart. And Allah did not put Iman in here. Why? Because Iman is something which, once it's in here, it doesn't understand. Half the time you don't understand something, why you don't have to always reason why you believe. And there's a big lesson in this, brothers. If you try and say, I want to prove the existence of Allah, I want to prove that Allah is there, I want to prove all of this, I'll be honest with you, if you're going to go down the road of philosophy, and you're going to go down the road of logic and reasoning and all of that, then Shaytaan has got many ways of disproving God. And if you try and battle with him with your logic, then eventually Shaytaan can win you. I'm not saying that logic, I'm not saying we can't use any logic, any reasoning to understand God. No, don't get me wrong, please, brothers. But I'm saying if you're going to go purely logic, Nothing to do with Iman. You can say pure logic. I need every logical angle to be, covered before I can believe in God, or before, I've got that and so on. You can't. That is why they say about Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, rahimahullah, on his deathbed, he has Shaytaan coming, and Shaytaan comes and starts to argue with him about the existence of God. And he gives one argument, and when he gives one argument, then Shaytaan gives another argument, and he gives another argument, Shaytaan gives another one, and he gives another one, Shaytaan gives another one, and carries on until it's difficult. There's no more evidences to provide to this, to Uncle Shaytaan. What happens is his Imam Ahmad Ustad, he's performing wudu, and he realizes that his student is in this situation, and he says, say that you believe in Allah without a dalil, without a proof. Say you believe in Allah without a proof. And that's what Iman sometimes is. Yes, we know logic and reasoning is there, but a lot of the time what it is that we believe in Allah, what? Without proof. Yeah, I don't need to have proof. In the sense that, okay, I've got Quran, fine, I've got Quran. You can bring me arguments to say the Quran wasn't this, that, blah. I've got proof to prove myself that the Quran was genuine. It's never been changed in 1400 years and so on. I can say that. Try and bring the surah like it, I can say all of that. But you can, if you're a philosophical person, you can come and say to me, what about this, what about that, what about this, what about that? You can leave me mesmerized. What about this angle, what about that angle? You can do that. But Iman is something that once you've got your beliefs, you say that, I believe in this. Why? Because the whole world, all these Muslims have got a chain going up to the Prophet ﷺ. There's Sahaba, there's Sunnah, there's Hadith, we find all of this. Yes, you can say all of that. But some guy can come, some Shaytaan can come one day and try and twist you. And at that moment, what do you do at that moment? At that moment, you refer to the first verse of the Quran. What is that? The first verse of the Quran is, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. This book, there's no doubt in it. Khalas. You start the Quran with that. This book, there's no doubt in it. In fact, you know when you first start the Quran, what do you say? You say, أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. Why do you say that? Because again, Uncle Shaytaan has got all the arguments. If you try to go down his route, he's gonna use his screwdriver. And with his screwdriver, he's gonna twist you and turn you. So we say, A'udhu Billahi Min Shaytan, and we say, oh Allah protect me from the outcast of Shaytan. And then after that, one of the first verses, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. This book, there's no doubt in it. Why are we saying that? Why did Allah start the Quran with that? Do you know that there are professors in the world, many professors in the world, who know the Quran better than me and you, but they don't believe in the Quran? There are professors in universities who lecture on the Quran, who know the syntax of the Quran, the nahu of the Quran, they know the morphology of the Quran, they know the i'jaz, the miracle of the Quran, they know the Arabic of the Quran cannot be matched with any other Arabic. They know all of this. They teach it, but they have no Iman inside here. You know why? Because those people don't believe in ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. Those people say, I can assess this book. I look at this book, maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, maybe that. The whole Western philosophy, the whole Western world is based, the education is based on one axis. And if you understand this, you will understand why it is that they always question God, they always question the Quran, they always question Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's based upon the axis of what? That there can never be an absolute truth. Their philosophy says there can never be an absolute truth. If there's a truth to something, there has to be a falsehood to it. So if you say that God exists, they want to know an argument that God doesn't exist. If you say that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam existed, they want an argument that he didn't exist. If you say he was truthful, they want to know whether he lied or not, whether he did something wrong or not. And that's where the whole philosophy goes. And we, with our Iman, we surpass all of that. We say we believe in Allah Azza wa Jal, and it's the absolute truth, and we believe in Allah Azza wa Jal being the haqq and the one who's existing, and we believe that He He defies all of their logic and their proof and so on. But anyway, this is not a talk about philosophy. What I want to say to you is, my brothers and sisters who are going to listen to later on, that Iman is something in the heart. Why did Allah put it in the heart? Because in the heart you've also got love. When love is there, then it defies sometimes reasoning and logic. And there's a reason why Allah created us like this. Because you need both. You need to start assessing things with your head, but you also need a heart that can show great love. And love is something which increases. Love increases by a few things. Number one is, if somebody did you a favor, you have genuine love for that person. If somebody did you a favor, you have genuine love for that person. So if you have a friend or somebody, an uncle or someone who's given you loads of gifts and so on, you will have genuine love for that person. Number two, you have love sometimes for a person or a being because of a quality they have inside them. So like there are certain young boys who love following a team of football, a football team, and they have love for this football team. They follow it, they follow their games, their matches and so on. Why? Because they've got a quality inside them, they've got skills in them. These qualities, the quality of actually, being able to kick a ball, mashallah, what a quality, Just to kick a ball, just to basically, be able to tackle someone, be able to show some kind of skill on the ground. These boys sometimes go mad with following this team. Sometimes I don't get it. Sometimes I don't get it. Why? Because you're following them fanatically, that's fine, but don't spoil your mood, brothers. Don't spoil your mood just because you followed a team and the team lost. Then because the team's all crying, then you feel it's love, isn't it, at the end of the day? Because they're crying. They're in Italy. They're in Italy. They're called AC Milan. Or they're called, in Spain, called Barcelona. Or they're in some other country and you've never met them. Isn't it true? These guys have never met them. Never probably going to see them. They're all only seeing them on TV or on their devices, and they follow them because they followed them and they've seen the skill inside them. There's no other connection. AC Milan has never come and done them a favor. Another reason to love is when somebody's beautiful. That's another reason I'm going to come to. But AC Milan, if you look at the players, you're not going to say that they're looking handsome and beautiful. You know what I'm saying, like, brothers? They've done no favor to you. You can't say that you like them for that reason, but you only like them because you followed them and they've got a skill inside them, and you like the skills with whichever football team it is. You like the skills inside them and you followed them for some time. Your heart gets inclined towards them. This is the human being Allah's created us like this. Any person who you look up to and they've got some skill inside them, or something of value, some quality inside them. It doesn't have to be skill like football. It can be any value inside them. You follow them. Like people go crazy for celebrities. Why? Because it's that quality, the quality of singing. The quality of singing and drawing so many people towards themselves. Sometimes it's not about them, it's about the crowds that they pull towards themselves. And everyone's into it. Oh, wow, I've got to be into it as well. But you can see what the heart does. The heart, once it's got love for someone, it will be driven towards them.